best friend Larry White, my brother who just passed away, Sean Lampkin. All of those were my ride or dies.
Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the latest drama surrounding Katt Williams. Whether you love him for his unfiltered comedy or his wild controversies, there's never a dull moment when it comes to Katt. Over the years, he's been in and out of headlines for everything from his legendary stand-up specials to feuds with other celebrities and run-ins with the law. But his latest story? Oh, it's something else. We're breaking it all down in 9 key points, so grab your popcorn and let's get into it. The explosive interview that broke the internet. In January 2024, Katt Williams did an interview on Shannon Sharpe's podcast, Club Shay Shay, and it shook Hollywood. This wasn't just any interview. It was an all-out expose on the entertainment industry. Katt went off on some of the biggest names in comedy, calling them out for being fake industry plants or part of shady Hollywood deals. He specifically targeted Kevin Hart, saying Hart's rise to fame wasn't because of his talent, but because he was handpicked by Hollywood executives. Katt accused Steve Harvey of stealing jokes, said Cedric the Entertainer wasn't as funny as people thought, and even went after Ludacris, claiming he took a role that was meant for him in Hustle and Flow. The interview was over 2 hours long, but every single minute was pure gold. Fans loved it, saying Katt was just speaking the truth. But celebrities? Oh, they were mad. Kevin Hart responded with cryptic tweets, and Steve Harvey tried to brush it off, but the damage was done. Katt had officially declared war on Hollywood's biggest names. Kevin Hart's clapback. The feud escalates. After Katt's interview, Kevin Hart wasted no time responding. He took to social media, throwing shade at Katt without even saying his name. He posted videos of himself in private jets and luxury cars, making it clear that he wasn't worried about Katt's words. But behind the scenes, sources say Hart was furious. Then, during a comedy show in February 2024, Kevin finally fired back directly. He told the crowd, "I ain't never had to tear another black man down to make it in this industry." That one line had the internet divided. Some people thought Kevin had a point. Why was Katt always beefing with other comedians instead of just focusing on his career? But others felt like Kevin was dodging the real conversation. Was Katt actually exposing Hollywood's dark side? What's crazy is that this isn't their first feud. Back in 2018, Katt dissed Kevin in another interview, calling him an industry puppet. Kevin responded on The Breakfast Club saying Katt wasted his opportunities by getting into legal trouble. So this beef, it goes way back, and now it's bigger than ever. Katt Williams versus Steve Harvey. Old wounds reopened. One of the wildest moments in Katt's interview was when he took direct shots at Steve Harvey. He accused Harvey of stealing jokes and even said Steve was part of Hollywood's gatekeeping system. This was a huge deal because Steve Harvey is one of the most powerful black entertainers in the industry. But Katt didn't stop there. He brought up Harvey's infamous Miss Universe mistake when he read the wrong winner's name on live TV. Katt claimed that wasn't an accident, but something deeper was at play behind the scenes. The internet went crazy, with people debating whether Katt was exposing real secrets or just stirring up drama. Steve Harvey, on the other hand, handled it like a pro. He didn't fire back directly, but made a cryptic post about letting haters talk while you count your millions. That's classic Steve, taking the high road while still throwing shade. But let's be real. If Katt and Steve ever go head-to-head on stage, that would be the greatest comedy battle of all time. The fallout. Is Katt Williams blacklisted again? After Katt's explosive Club Shay Shay interview, speculation started flying that Hollywood was once again trying to blacklist him. This wouldn't be the first time. Over the years, every time Katt has spoken out against the industry, his career has taken a sudden hit. Whether it was losing major roles, getting mysteriously arrested, or being portrayed as crazy in the media, many fans believe there's a pattern of silencing him. This time, the consequences came fast. Reports surfaced that some production companies are distancing themselves from Katt. Even some comedy clubs that had him booked for 2024 shows allegedly canceled his appearances after his controversial statements. It's almost like Hollywood is telling him, you talk too much and now you're gonna pay for it. But here's the thing, Katt doesn't need Hollywood. He's built a massive independent fan base, selling out arenas across the country without a major studio backing him. Unlike other comedians who rely on movie deals or network specials, Katt makes millions on his own terms. Katt only fuels the idea that Hollywood has something to hide. Legal troubles resurface. A target on his back? Just days after Katt's interview went viral, headlines started resurfacing about his past legal issues. If that timing seems suspicious, you're not alone. Many fans immediately questioned why the media suddenly felt the need to dig up old cases against him. Katt has had his fair share of legal troubles over the years. He's been arrested for assault, disorderly conduct, and even some bizarre incidents, like when he allegedly slapped a Target employee or got into a physical fight with a teenager. However, most of these cases have been minor or dismissed altogether. Yet every time Katt speaks out against Hollywood, these stories somehow come back into the spotlight. This time, rumors started spreading that authorities were looking into new charges against him. Nothing has been confirmed, but many fans see this as part of a bigger pattern. Every time Katt gets too loud, something happens to try and shut him down. Could this just be a coincidence? Or is someone really trying to send him a message? The debate continues online, with some saying Katt brings trouble on himself, while others believe he's being targeted. Katt Williams' response: he's not backing down. If anyone thought Katt was going to apologize or backtrack, they clearly don't know him. Instead of staying quiet, he doubled down on his claims, making it clear that he stands by everything he said. In a follow-up podcast appearance, Katt addressed the backlash by saying, "If I were lying, they wouldn't be mad. They're mad because I'm telling the truth." That statement alone sent shockwaves through social media. It's a powerful argument. Why would Hollywood be so upset if what he said wasn't true? He also warned fans that he might be set up in the coming months, suggesting that false allegations or another arrest could be coming. That's some serious stuff. Katt isn't just calling out comedians anymore, he's suggesting that the entire system is trying to shut him down. Whether you believe him or not, you have to admit, this is one of the biggest Hollywood controversies of 2024. The industry reacts. Who's taking sides? With all this drama, the biggest question now is, who's supporting Katt and who's staying silent? So far, a few big names have subtly shown their support. While Dave Chappelle hasn't directly spoken about the situation, fans believe he's on Katt's side because of his own history of exposing Hollywood's dark side. Ice Cube and Snoop Dogg have also continued to show Katt love, proving that some major names in entertainment still respect him. However, a lot of comedians and actors who Katt called out have been strangely quiet. While Kevin Hart and Steve Harvey threw some shade, other celebrities like Cedric the Entertainer, Ludacris, and Tiffany Haddish haven't really addressed Katt's comments. Could it be that they don't want to add fuel to the fire? Or are they hoping Katt's accusations will just fade away? What's clear is that Katt has Hollywood shook. Whether people agree with him or not, no one wants to get caught in the crossfire of this war. Fans' reaction. Is Katt Williams the realest in the game? One thing is certain. Katt's fans are standing by him like never before. After his viral interview, social media was flooded with support, with thousands of people calling him the realest comedian in the game. Many fans argue that Katt is only saying what others are too scared to say. They believe he's exposing the entertainment industry's dark side, even at the risk of his own career. Some even compare him to Dave Chappelle, saying that both comedians have tried to warn people about how Hollywood operates. However, there's also a different perspective. Some people think Katt is hurting himself by constantly calling out others. They argue that instead of focusing on his beefs, he should just focus on his comedy and career. At the end of the day, though, Katt has never been one to play by the rules. Whether you love him or think he's stirring up unnecessary drama, one thing is for sure. Nobody in comedy is more fearless than Katt Williams. Will Katt Williams change the industry forever? With everything Katt Williams has revealed, one question remains. Is this the moment that changes Hollywood for good? Katt's boldness isn't just about calling out comedians or exposing shady deals. It's about breaking a system that has controlled the entertainment industry for decades. He's challenging the idea that success in Hollywood requires playing by the unspoken rules, staying silent, and protecting the powerful. And by refusing to back down, he's making it harder for the industry to ignore these conversations. Now, the real test is how far this ripple effect will go. Will other comedians and actors start speaking up? Will more stories come to light? Or will Hollywood find a way to bury this controversy and move on like nothing happened? Regardless of what happens, Katt has already changed the game. He's made people question everything, from who really runs the industry to why certain comedians get pushed to the top while others mysteriously fall off. Even if Hollywood tries to silence him, the internet won't forget. His words are out there, and now it's up to the people to decide what happens next. What's next for Katt Williams? So, after all this controversy, what's next for Katt? Is he going to keep exposing Hollywood, or will he shift his focus back to comedy? Well, one thing we do know, his career isn't slowing down. Despite the backlash, his 2024 comedy tour is still selling out arenas, proving that fans aren't turning their backs on him. In fact, all this drama might actually be boosting his popularity even more. There are also rumors that Katt is working on a new Netflix special, which could end up being one of the most talked about comedy specials of the decade. If that happens, you already know it's going to be uncensored, unfiltered, and brutally honest, just the way Katt likes it. So what do you think? Is Katt exposing real Hollywood secrets, or is he just stirring up drama? Either way, this is one of the biggest stories of the year, and we'll be keeping a close eye on what happens next. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. We'll see you next time.